Kicker Brian Johnson out there to get us started. And we are underway in the final game of a busy Sunday. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll send Williams in motion right. On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. On 4th down, Herbert. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Hubbard. And able to get this to the 31.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ready? 2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
On the double. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Hey, no steal. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Chuba Hubbard. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Browns put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there.
Okay.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They're going to look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. They'll set up a throw. And this one is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now.
Lens bitch need I say more.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
Where the burgers at?
You got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Up the middle they go. Austin. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. The Falcons at 11-5 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Pack to 60, pack to 60. Cory, 70. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, That was his only option.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Slot man moves right. Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last
Aye.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 47. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. Screen play. Here's Etienne. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. From the 50, here's Herbert. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. In motion is the tight end Graham. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And some room to maneuver. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one goes for 24 yards. That's how you draw off the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. But receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Austin. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Bronco switch. Bronco switch. Check. Contact. Check. Contact.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. James Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, they were looking to pick up the first down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing left side, it's complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 43. A gain there of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Looking to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Falcons are going to take over here up near the 40. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Austin. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Austin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken just inside the 10. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
2nd and 9 now. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man, it's Thornton. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Back to throw again. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the 1st half.
Let's go.
2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 5-yard line.
6, 7.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Browns. Tyquan Thornton in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Browns have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand new ball game. And Johnson's extra point up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. A final shot before the break for Herbert. And Graham on the ground. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. From the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now here,
but when this ball's tipped and intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
A give to Etienne running right. Down to about the 22 here. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st down, Austin. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd down, It's Austin, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert just beat the play clock. Throw left side complete to Chase. Touchdown! Jamar Chase. 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
So this game tied at the half, and we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the 2nd half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard in the last timeout on the very first.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Falcons are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 2nd down now, it's Austin. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They'll run with Etienne. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll look to throw.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
And he gets this to Thornton.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. He'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up to throw.
He's got his man, Thornton.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Chuba Hubbard, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. From the 24, Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
To the outside, that's complete to Williams. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now third down and 6 to go. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late. They're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had to have to give themselves a chance to be in this game.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Tariq Woolen picks it, and the Falcons have just about sewn up this football game. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll start on the ground here on first down, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him.
Triangle no way.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll keep it on the ground. Austin. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to the ground. This time Cook. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On third down, it's Austin, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage with just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a fourth down.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect him to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry. He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He'll buy some time right.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Tariq Woolen picks it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone.